Hello everyone. So in today's video we are going to discuss the chapter 4 of class 10th, that is quadratic equations. Okay, the name of the chapter itself tells what we are going to study in this chapter. We are going to discuss about the quadratic equations. What is the general form of the quadratic equations? And if there is an equation, then we have to find the solution of those quadratic equations. So we'll study different types of methods of finding out the solutions of those quadratic equations. So now we'll start with the definition of the quadratic equation. That what is a quadratic equation? Quadratic means an equation of degree 2. Okay, so we are going to study about an equation whose degree is 2, and that only in one variable only. So we have already studied about the quadratic polynomial in one variable. So what was the general form of quadratic polynomial in one variable? That is ax square plus bx plus c, where a is not equal to 0 and a, b, c, these all are real numbers. So this was the general form of a quadratic polynomial. This is the quadratic polynomial. So a quadratic polynomial equals to 0. Ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. This equation is known as the quadratic equation. This equation is what? Quadratic equation. That is, a quadratic polynomial equals to 0 is known as the quadratic equation, where a, b, c are the real numbers and a cannot be equal to 0. The same conditions. A is said to be the coefficient of x square, b is said to be the coefficient of x, and c is a constant number. Okay, c is a constant. So this is the general form of the quadratic equation, and I have written this general form of the quadratic equation in standard form. Standard form means that the terms are arranged in the decreasing order of the variables. Okay, so this is the general form which I have written in the standard form. Now I have said a can't be equal to the 0, but b and c can be equal to 0. Okay, suppose if b is equal to 0, if b is 0 in any of the equation, then the quadratic equation will be of this type: ax square plus c equals to 0. But this is also quadratic equation, but it is not in the general form, but it is a quadratic equation because the degree is 2. Okay, now suppose if c is equal to 0, then the equation will be something like this: ax square plus bx is equal to 0. And this is also a quadratic equation. Okay, but here this c is 0. Now b and c can be simultaneously equals to 0. So if b and c both are 0, then the equation will be something of this form: ax square is equal to 0. Okay, all these are quadratic equation. All these are quadratic equation. But this general form, if the equation is in this form, then we say that it is a complete quadratic equation. Complete quadratic equation. Okay. So this is a complete quadratic equation. If all the terms are there, that is a is not equal to 0, b is not equal to 0 and c is not equal to 0, then this form is known as the complete quadratic equation. That if a quadratic equation is general form, all the terms are there, then it is complete quadratic equation. But these are also the quadratic equation, and we'll find out the solution of this also. Okay, so I hope that you all have understood what is a quadratic equation. A equation in this form: ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. Okay, that is an equation in one variable whose degree is 2 is said to be a quadratic equation. Now if there is an equation, then we have to find the solution also. So now we'll define what is the solution of a quadratic equation. Okay, so now So next we are going to discuss the solution of a quadratic equation. The solution is also known as the root of quadratic equation. Okay, so we are going to define the solution or the root of a quadratic equation. What do you mean by this? Actually, the solution means that value of variable will satisfy the equation. So suppose x is equal to alpha is there. So x is equal to alpha is the solution or root of this quadratic equation. Okay, this x is equal to alpha. Alpha can be any constant or real value, is said to be a root or the solution of this quadratic equation if and only if x is equal to alpha, satisfy the equation. Satisfy the equation means if we put the value of x is equal to alpha in this equation, then LHS is equal to RHS. That is A alpha square plus B alpha plus C equals to 0. Then this x is equal to alpha is said to be a solution or root of a quadratic equation. And note that the quadratic polynomials have the zeros. Okay, so quadratic polynomials have the zeros, and this x is equal to alpha is said to be the zero of this quadratic polynomial, and x is equal to alpha is said to be root of a quadratic equation. Okay, so if we are considering the quadratic polynomial, then this value of x is said to be a zero of a polynomial. But if we are considering the equation that is a quadratic equation, then this value of x is said to be a solution or a root of a quadratic equation. Now a quadratic polynomial, in chapter 2 we have already discussed that in a quadratic polynomial can have at most two real zeros. Okay, can have at most two real zeros. And similarly, a quadratic equation can have at most two real roots or two real solutions. At most they can have two real solutions or the roots. Okay, so what is the solution or root of a quadratic equation? The value of x will satisfy the quadratic equation is known as the root or solution of the quadratic equation. Okay, and it can have at most two roots, two real roots. Similarly, as the quadratic polynomial have the at most two real zeros. Now we are going to discuss the method. We are going to discuss the method to find out the roots of a quadratic equation. Now here we are going to discuss the three methods. First, second and third. The first one is prime factorization method. The first one is what? Prime factorization method, which you have already done in your previous classes and the previous chapters. That is by splitting the middle term. In that what we do? We just split this quadratic equation into its linear factors and then equate those linear factors equal to the 0. And from there we'll get the value of the x, or we can say we get the value of root. The next method what we have to study is by completing the square. By completing the square. And the last one is quadratic formula. These three methods of finding out the roots or the solutions of quadratic equation we have to study in this chapter. So now we'll discuss these methods one by one. Okay, but before that just pause the video and note down this. So now we are going to discuss the different methods of finding out the roots of a quadratic equation. The first method is the factorization method, which we have already discussed. Okay, what we do in this, we just first of all decompose the quadratic equation into its linear factors and then equate each of the linear factor equals to the 0. Now I am taking different cases of this. Suppose the equation is of this form, ax square plus bx plus c, that is a is not equal to 0 in every of the quadratic equation, but in this b and c is also not equal to 0. Then how we are going to find its the root? Okay, so 2x square minus 5x plus 3. This is one example I have taken in which a, b, c all terms are there. That is the complete quadratic equation is this. Okay, so for this we use by splitting the middle term. We'll use which method? By splitting the middle term. So we are given the equation 2x square minus 5x plus 3. Here the value of a is 2, b is minus 5 and c is 3. So a into c, that is 6. So we'll make the factors of 6. So 2, 3, 3 and this 1. So we are coming 2 and 3. So we have to arrange in such a way so that the product should be 6 but the sum or difference should be 5. So how we are going to do this? So if I take minus 2 and minus 3, minus 2 and minus 3, then it will come to be my 6. 2 into 3 is 6. So minus 2 and minus 3 will give us 6. And minus 2 and minus 3 will give us minus 5. Okay, so we can do this. So this is 2x square minus 2x minus 3x plus 3 equals to 0. Actually, we are splitting the coefficient of x into two numbers such that the sum and the difference should be the coefficient of x and the product should be a into c. So 2x square minus 2x minus 3x plus 3. So I am taking here a common from the first two terms, that is 2x. So here it will come x minus 1. Now from the last two terms also we have to take the common in such a way that the first bracket, this one should come here, that is x minus 1. So we can take the common as minus 3. So now here are the two terms, and from both of this we can take the common x minus 1. X minus 1. So if I have taken the common x minus 1, the first from the here it will be 2x, and here it will be left with minus 3 equals to 0. So we have decomposed this quadratic polynomial into its linear factors. Now see here, it is the product of the two real numbers which is equal to 0. If the product of the two real numbers is 0, that indicate that either of the number is 0. Okay, because whenever 0 is multiplied any number, we get the answer 0. So this implies either x minus 1 equals to 0 or 2x minus 3 equals to 0. And by solving this from here, we get x is equal to 1 or x is equal to 3 by 2. So these value of x are the solution, or you can say root of this quadratic equation. These are the roots of the quadratic equation. So therefore x is equal to 1 and 3 comma 2 are the roots of equation 1. Suppose this is your equation 1. These are the roots of equation 1. It has the degree 2, so we have find out its 2 roots. Okay, you can check also that these are the roots or not. For checking, just put one by one. Let us take that x is equal to 1 and check that LHS is equal to RHS or not. So let x is equal to 1, then LHS is 2x square minus 5x plus 3. So 2 1 square minus 5 into 1 plus 3. So 2 minus 5 plus 3, which is equals to 0, and this is equal to RHS. Hence verified. So x is equal to 1 is the solution of this quadratic equation or root of a quadratic equation. You can check another one also. So let x is equal to 3 by 2. So LHS is equal to 2 x square means 3 by 2 whole square minus 5 3 by 2 plus 3. So this will become 1 2 will get cancelled. This is 9 by 2 minus 15 by 2 plus 3. And by taking LCM, we get 9 minus 15 plus 6 by 2, which is equal to 0. And this is also equal to RHS. So hence x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 3 by 2 are the roots or the solution of this quadratic equation. And we have checked also that they are satisfying the equation or not. Okay. Hope you all have understood this method. This is the factorization method which we have already studied in the previous chapters and the previous classes. Just first decompose the quadratic equation into its linear factor by splitting the middle term, and then equate each of the linear factor equals to 0, and from there you will get the value of x. You will get at most the two values of x. Okay, and that those two values of x are the roots of the equation, and you can check also. So now we'll consider the different cases. We have considered when a, b, c, all of these are not equal to 0. Now we'll see if b is 0, c is 0, and if both are 0, then what we are going to get. Okay, so when ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0, we get something like k times x minus alpha or x minus beta times, like this we get. Okay, so we get the factors something like this, and from here we get the roots. Now just pause the video and note down this fast. So next we are considering the next case. Suppose the equation is this form, ax square plus c, where the b is 0. A and c are not equal to 0, but b is 0. I have taken one example, that is 3x square minus 5 equals to 0. The coefficient of x, that is b is 0. So that term is vanished. So we have this. How we are going to find out the solution of this one? you have to do nothing, just it is an equation, and just remember that the degree is 2, so there will be two values of the x. So we can write it like 3x square is equal to 5. This is minus 5, we have taken that side. So this is 5, and this one can be written as x square is equal to 5 by 3. Now this is x square by 5 by 3. So what we can do, by taking square root on both sides, taking square root on both sides. So this can be written as x. If you are taking the square root, so we can get the two values, the plus and the minus. So plus, minus and the square root. So this is root 5 by 3. So what is the value of x here? That is, here it will come something like this. Root 5 by 3 and minus root 5 by 3. And these two values of x are the solution of this. Okay, are the solution of this one. I hope you have understood. If you get this type of equation, how you are going to solve and find the roots of a quadratic equation if b is not there. Okay, now just pause the video and note it down this. So I hope you have noted down. Now actually the thing is ax square plus c equals to 0. If I see this equation, ax square plus c equals to 0, okay, so this equation can be reformed. Here is just that we have taken it to the this side. Nothing else we have done. Okay, we have done nothing. We have just transposed it to the this side and a also, and just by taking the square root we have find out the value. Now we'll consider the next case. Now I'm considering the next case. Okay, so in this what we are going to do. Here the a and b are not equal to 0, but c is equal to 0, that is constant is 0. So how we are going to do this? Now see, in both of this x is common, no? So we can take x as a common. So the equation becomes 2x plus 3 equals to 0. Now we have the two factors and the product of these two zeros is equal to 0. So this implies either x is equal to 0 or 2x plus 3 equals to 0. So from here we get the value of x. 1 is the 0 only. So x is equal to 0, and here from minus 3 by 2. So these two values of x are the roots of this quadratic equation. So whenever you get an equation of this type where there is no constant term, the one value will always be 0. Always be. Okay, so x is equal to 0 and this one. So these two are the roots of this type of quadratic equation. You just have to take the common first. Okay, now just note it down this, then we'll discuss the next one. Now next we are considering that case in which the b and c both are 0, but a is not equal to 0. That is the equation of this type. That is 4x square. Okay, 4x square. Now here just see, if you factorize, we get 4 into x equals to 0. Okay, 4 into x is equals to 0. Now 4 cannot be equal to 0. So either this x equals to 0 or this. Either x is equal to 0 or this x equals to 0. The product of the numbers is equal to 0. So any one of these numbers have to be 0. So 4 cannot be equal to 0. So the value of these two x hopefully have to be. So here x is equal to 0, and the both zeros are same here only. At most we can have the two zeros, but here we are getting those zeros, those two zeros, the same zero. So we can say that only the x is equal to 0 is the solution of this equation, this type of equation. Whenever the b and c is 0, then x is equal to 0 is the only solution of this type of equation. Hope you all have understood the different forms and the method, factorization method of finding out the solution of the equations. You just have to factorize the factors and equate each of the linear factors equal to the 0. Solve it, and from there you can get the roots of a quadratic equation. At most it can have two roots. Okay, and now we are going to discuss the next method, that is by completing the square method. Okay, by completing the square method, and the quadratic formula is relatable because the quadratic formula is derived from the by completing the square method. But before that, we'll discuss that how we are going to use the by completing the square method. So before that, just pause the video and note it down. So now we are going to discuss the another method, that is by completing the square method. Okay, by completing the square method. So just see here. Suppose I am writing a quadratic equation something like this: x square is equal to k square. X square is equal to k square. Then we can easily find its solution. How? By just taking a square root, we get x is equal to plus minus k. So the two values of x we are getting, that is plus k and minus k. Okay, so these are the easy way of finding out. Suppose the equation is something like this. Now we'll consider the equation of something x plus a whole square is equal to k square. What I am considering? These types of equations. X plus a whole square is equal to k square. Then I have written x square is equal to k square. So this can be written as x plus 0 square is equal to k square. So here the value of a was 0. So I am taking here a, where a and k can be any real number. Any real number. Okay. Now suppose the equation is of this type. I am considering one example, that is, see here. X plus 9. Okay. X plus 5 whole square is equal to 36. I have taken this equation. So if I want to find its solution, okay, just see here. So one thing, what can I do? This is a square and 36 can be written as 6 square. So taking a square root, taking the square root on both sides. Both sides. So this one will become x plus 5 is equal to plus minus 6 if we take the square root on the both sides. I have considered this type of equations. X plus 5 whole square is equal to 36 and 36 is the square of 6 square. Like this. Okay. Now, the first we can take x plus 5 is equal to 6. The first we can take x plus 5 is equal to 6. And the next one we can take x plus 5 is equal to minus 6. So from here x is equal to 6 minus 5 is equal to 1. So from here we are getting the value of x is equal to 1. And from here x is equal to minus 6 minus 5, that is minus 11. So this is an easy method, no? To find out the values of the x or the solution of the roots of this equation. Just taking square root on both sides, equating the equations, and we have got the value of x. Now suppose if I expand this form. The equation is x plus 5 whole square is equal to 36. If I expand, then x square plus 10x plus 25, and if I take 36 to this side, minus 36 is equal to 0. So this is x square plus 10x minus 11 is equal to 0. Now this is in the general form of the quadratic equation. Okay. This is in the general form of the quadratic equation. Now we'll find its roots by splitting the middle term. So this is 10 and this is 11. So we can take 11 minus 1. So this is x square plus 11x minus x minus 11 is equal to 0. By taking common from here x, this one will be x plus 11, and taking minus 1 common, this is x plus 11 equals to 0. So from here x plus 11 and this is x minus 1. So the value of x will be 1 and minus 11. So by both the methods we are getting the same values, 1 and minus 11, 1 and minus 11. But this method is quite easy than this method, no? Because we have to factorize, we have to think of numbers, but this method is quite easy. So from here we can relate that any quadratic equation of this form, we can write any of this equation in this form. If we are unable to write this equation in this form, then we can get the solution very easily. So here what we have to do, if we are having this type of equation, then we have to convert it into this form. And if it has been converted into this, then we can get the solution easily. So the completing the square method is just to convert this equation into this form. X plus a ka whole square is equal to k square. So converting any quadratic equation in this form is known as by completing the square method. Now we'll see that how we are going to convert any of this equation in this form. Okay, but before that, just pause the video and note down this. Okay, so I have taken the general form of the quadratic equation. Suppose a quadratic equation we have is in this form. First we'll do in this, that how we are going to form, and then we'll apply on the examples. Now suppose this is ax square plus bx plus c. So first what we have to do, first we have to see whether the coefficient of x square is 1 or not. If it is not 1, then divide whole equation by that coefficient. Suppose here a is coming, so I divide the equation by a. So this one will be x square plus b by ax plus c by a equals to 0. Okay, x square plus b by ax plus c by a equals to 0. This what we get. So first you have to make the coefficient of x square equals to 1. Actually we are doing this just for making the calculation easy. You can use that also by taking the coefficient also you can do. But here we'll see this. X square plus b upon ax plus c upon a equals to 0. Okay. Now after that what we have to do? Actually we have to make a perfect square. No? Something like x plus a whole square. Here. So now we have to form this. Now here x square is there. And the coefficient of x square. If I disclose this is something x square plus 2ax plus a square. No, something like this. So here x square is there, the x term is also there, but this term is not there. No, this term is not there. So how we are going to find out this? What you have to do, this a, it is a square. So a, if I see from here, this is 2 into a. From here we can get the value of this a. How? If I divide this by 2. No, if I divide this by 2. So what you have to do, just first divide with a, x square plus b by ax. Then after this, you have to add this term. You cannot directly add any of the term. What you have to do, you have to first add and then subtract the same value. Okay, so you will add the b by 2a whole square, and next what you will do, b by 2a whole square. Okay, first you have added it and second you have subtracted it, because we don't have to change the value of the equation. So if we are adding also and subtracting also. Okay, because if we calculate or simplify, this will get cancelled out and the equation will get the same. And this is plus c by a. So what we have done, first divide the equation by the coefficient of x square. Now here it is b by a. So what we'll do, this b by a will divide by the 2 and then we'll add the square of that and subtract the square of that. Now see just this one, just see. Now it is becoming what? It is a x plus b by 2a ka whole square. So this can be written as x plus, or if you want to write further, you can write like this, x times. Now here it comes to 2ax something. So we can write 2, this is b by 2a and this is x. Same things are coming. And b by 2a whole square. This is minus b square upon 2a plus c upon a equals to 0. So now here it is coming. Let's see. X square. Then 2 times of a into b. And this is b square. So we are getting here what? X plus b upon 2a whole square. And here we can take this term to that side. So what we'll get? We'll get b square upon 2a minus c upon a. Okay, and by taking the LCM you can write b square upon this is 4a square. Okay, because the square is on the both, so we can write b square upon 4a square, and by taking the LCM we get b square minus 4ac, b square minus 4ac upon 4a square. So we are getting x plus b upon 2a ka whole square, which is equal to b square minus 4ac upon 4a square. This is the form we are getting, because we have to write the number in what? X plus a whole square is equal to, this is k square. So something like this. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to do only one thing. First make the coefficient of x square 1, then take the coefficient of x, divide it with the 2, then take the square of that, first add and then subtract. Okay, and then according to that make the equation like x plus a whole square, or you can make x minus a square is equal to k square. You can use either of this. Okay, x plus a whole square or x minus a whole square. Hope I have understood, but we'll do example on this for better understanding. But before that, just note down this, and note down because after this only we'll derive the quadratic formula. By this, from here only we get the quadratic formula. So just note it down. So now we'll do one example. Okay, we'll find the roots of this quadratic equation by completing the square method. Now the equation is x square plus 6x minus 16. So first we'll convert it into like this, x plus a whole square is equal to k square, something like this. Okay, so now here see the coefficient of x is 1, so we don't have to divide it. So it will be x square plus 6x minus 16 equals to 0. Next step was we have to check the coefficient of x, which is 6. So we'll divide that coefficient of x by 2. So 6 divided by 2 is, what is 6 divided by 2? That is 3. Okay. Now we'll add the square of 3 and we'll subtract also square of 3 from this equation. Okay. So we'll write x square plus 6x plus 3 square. If we are adding, we'll subtract also, minus 3 square minus 16 equals to 0. Because on simplifying, this will get cancelled and we get the same equation. That's why we are adding also and we are subtracting also. Okay. So what you have to do, just see the coefficient of x, divide it by 2. Okay. And then just add the square and subtract that. Because now this can be written as x square 2 times of 3 into x, 6x. This can be written as 2 times of 3x plus 3 square, and this is minus 3 square minus 16. Now this is making a perfect square. What is this? X plus 3 whole square. This is what? X plus 3 whole square. Okay. Now here we can simplify this. This is 3 square 9 minus 16 equals to 0. So this is x plus 3 whole square, and this is minus 25 equals to 0. And this 25 can be taken on that side and this will become equals to 25. Now this has been taken into this form. X plus 3 square is equal to 25. No, x plus 3 square is equal to 25. Now we can take the square root. Now 25 can be written as 5 square. So x plus 3 whole square is equal to 5 square. Now taking square root. So this is x plus 3 is equal to plus minus root 5. So once will equate equal to 5 and the next step to the minus 5. So x plus 3 is equal to 5 and x plus 3 is equal to minus 5. So from the first one, 5 minus 3 is equal to 2. So the value of x is equal to 2. And from the next one is x is equal to minus 5 minus 3, that is minus 8. So the value of x is equal to minus 8. So we have got the two values of x, that is 2 and minus 8, and these two are the roots of the quadratic equation. These two what? These two were roots of the quadratic equation. So we have used by completing the square method. You just have to do, just make the coefficient of x 1. Okay. After that, see the coefficient of x, divide it with the 2. Okay. And the number you will get, do the square of that. Add that and subtract that. And by rearranging, make the square. And I hope you have understood this, that how you are going to apply by completing the square method. You are converting any general form of the quadratic equation in this form, because in this form we can easily find out the roots. Okay, so the conversion of this form into this is known as by completing the square method. Okay, I hope you have understood. And now we are going to discuss the next method. The next method is the quadratic formula, and I am going to start with that, the step which I have stopped in the derivation of the completing the square method. So you have to start from there also, then also. Okay, so I am not going to do the whole step, the further which I have done. After that I am going to do. Okay, so but before that, pause the video and note it down this. Next we are going to discuss the quadratic formula. First the derivation and then its application. So when we are using by completing the square method, the last step here I have stopped because I have come to this form, that is x plus a whole square is equal to k square, and I have stopped. But after that also you can simplify. Okay. So now here I have written that last step. Before that step you have to write on your own because I have already told that. So x minus b upon 2a whole square is equal to b square minus 4a square. So this I have done. Now just take the square root on the both sides. Taking the square root on both sides. Taking a square root on both sides. So this will be x minus b upon 2a. This is plus minus square root of b square minus 4ac upon 4a square. Okay, b square minus 4ac upon 4a square. On further simplification, the above it can be written as b square minus 4ac. But if I take the root of the below one, this is 4a square, the perfect square. This can be written as 2a. Okay, so this is equal to 2a. So plus minus, the 2 of the will get plus and minus b square minus 4ac upon 2a. Now take this minus b upon 2a. Okay, this minus b upon 2, actually this was plus. Okay, so x plus b upon 2a, this b upon 2a will take to that side. From here it is equal to x is equal to minus b upon 2a. This is plus minus. First we'll add and then subtract. This is b square minus 4ac upon 2a. Now this one is same, so we can take like this, minus b plus minus root b square minus 4ac upon 2a. Now this formula which we are getting, this one, minus b plus minus b square minus 4ac upon 2a, because we have to find the value of x only, no? So we have just simplified so that we get a formula in terms of x. So x is equal to minus b plus minus root b square minus 4ac upon 2a. This formula, this one is known as the quadratic formula or Sridharacharya rule. Okay, quadratic formula or Sridharacharya rule. This. In this you have to just put the value of a, b and c, and just you have to find the roots of the equation. Okay, just you have to do that. So before doing the example, just pause the video and note down this. Just pause the video and note down this. Now in this question I am just going to find the root of this equation by the use of quadratic formula. What is the quadratic formula? The quadratic formula is x is equal to minus b, then plus minus root b square minus 4ac and whole divided by 2a. So this is the quadratic formula, and here we get the two roots. First we'll take the plus sign and the next we'll take the minus sign. Okay. So now first categorize what is a, b and c. So here a is 3, b is minus 5 and c is 2. So these are the values of a, b and c. Now we'll use this formula. So x is equal to minus b. Now minus b is minus 5. This is minus 5. Then plus minus root b square. This means minus 5 square. Minus 4ac. A is 3 and c is 2. Now this is 2 and a is 3. Okay. So for further simplification, x is equal to minus into minus. This is plus minus b square 5 square. This is 25 minus 4ac. So this is 4 3s are 24 and 24 in 4 3s are 12 and 12 2s are 24 and whole divided by 2 3s are 6. Okay, so we can say x is equal to 5 plus minus 25 minus 4, that is root 1 upon 6, or you can say x is equal to 5 plus minus 1 upon 6. Now we'll solve for the 2. First x is equal to 5 plus 1 upon 6 and we can write 5 minus 1 upon 6. So if it is 5 plus 1, 6 by 6, and 5 minus, this is 4 by 6. So the 6 by 6 is 1 and 4 by 6 is 2 by 6. So what are the roots of the equation? 1 and 2 by 3. We have got the two roots. So you have just used this formula, and it is very easy to use this formula. Just categorize what is A, B and C, put the values, put the values, simplify it, and you will get it, and you will always get the two solutions. Okay, but now the thing is, here it is root is coming, but sometimes it can be here it comes the negative roots, here it comes as 0. So by seeing just this, we can say that the real roots will exist or not. Just by seeing this, we can see. Okay, so we have already studied about all the three methods, that is the prime factorization method. Another one is that is by completing the square method, and the next one is that is the quadratic formula. Okay, so we have discussed all these three methods, and I hope you have understood this. Now the last topic of this chapter is the nature of roots. That is what nature of the roots. We have already studied that for a quadratic polynomial, there can be at most 2 real zeros. Okay, now sometimes those 2 real zeros can be different, and sometimes they can be same, and sometimes there doesn't exist any real roots. So now just seeing a one thing, we can say that when the roots are real, when the roots will exist, when it will be the same, and when it will be the different, just by seeing. Okay, but before that, just pause the video and note down this.